I love shoes, but I don't like wearing shoes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but I love them. I think they're amazing. I've seen a lot of people unbox them. They're so freaking cool. Yeah. Hey, guys. So today we're going to be talking about the Murakami collection, the new and the old. I have an unboxing for you. Um, I know that you've probably at this point seen like 300 of these unboxings or, videos, commentary about the collection and how the launch went and all of those things. I know I'm a little bit late to the game because right now it is January 10th. And obviously the collection dropped on the 3rd and people have been talking about it for like months at this point. It took me a little bit of a while. I don't know. I was kind of on the fence with this collection. My essay left the company recently, but I haven't really been shopping like new Louis Vuitton for a little while now, maybe even over a year. I don't have a home store anymore because I moved since my essay was in a store back in Jersey and I'm not there anymore. I'm not in New York anymore. So I don't have a store here. I actually haven't even been into a Louis Vuitton since coming to Miami. And again, my essay left. So I have to go build up a whole new relationship. So for this collaboration, I didn't actually have, I guess I have a purchase history, but I didn't have anybody that like would fight for me to like get on the list or like tell me about it or whatever. So it didn't work out like that. But I do have some thoughts on it and I do have an unboxing. And I do have a small little Murakami collection that I will show you. And I do have more on the wish list. So, but I did want to talk about the pieces that came out. I know that the launch, I wasn't part of it. I mean, I've only heard from, other YouTube videos and things like that, that the launch was like an absolute disaster. I know that a lot of people didn't get the packaging. I know that a lot of people thought that their items were coming and they weren't even on the way. Yeah, all of those things. So let's talk about it. First, if you are new here, my name is Bram. I talk about fashion, luxury, shopping, lifestyle, travel, all of those fun things. So if those are things that you are interested in, then I would love it if you would subscribe. Obviously, if you already have, then I appreciate you coming back and subscribe and having subscribed, just joining me on this little YouTube journey. So so let's get into it. So I have a big box next to me that I'm going to, listen, I've already unboxed it. I've mentioned this before on my channel. Like I am not waiting. And I only film during the day, like when my daughter is at school and I have the house to myself. And while like over the last few videos over like Christmas break and stuff like that, I was filming in my room, which I don't really like. I don't really like the backdrop of it. So I'm back in my, like, I guess, normal position at this point, which is in the middle of the house. So it came yesterday. It was a little bit of a crazy delivery because my tracking wasn't tracking for a few days and it was supposed to be overnighted. So I couldn't wait. And I've said this before, like I literally can't wait. I don't know how people just like, they're like, oh, I just got this and I put the box in the corner of the room and I've been waiting for 3 weeks to unbox it for you guys. Like that's weird to me. Anyway, and there's a return, like a window of return. So I need to see it immediately. I don't have the patience. Yeah. So, and usually I don't know why, but whatever the window, and maybe this is for everybody, whatever the window of delivery is, it tends to be there at the later end. So this was supposed to be coming yesterday, I think between like 12 and 4 or something like that. And of course it came like at the tail end. So I couldn't do like a proper unboxing, but I have packaged it back up. And so I can ceremoniously open the box for you guys. I've seen it and I'm excited. So let me put I don't know. We're going to try this. I hope it doesn't like, obviously we'll try it. My shirt is silk today. And so it doesn't have a lot of structure in it to keep up the mic, but we're going to kind of try it like that. And I need it to drown out the sound of my dog chewing on all her toys and torturing my cat. So let's unbox. So I think you can see the corner. And if you are familiar, you know that this is a fashion file box. So obviously label is already off, but it's that red warning tape that is classic fashion file box. So this has been, honestly, fashion file has been like my favorite thing lately, only because when I purchase something, I can have it overnighted and I'm happy. I ordered something from Rebag weeks ago at this point. It's actually supposed to be here today. I wanted to do like a multi unboxing, but we're going to save that, I guess, for the next, like, you know, another video or whatever. But it is, I like Rebag, and I think that some of their prices are really good, and I like that they have stores local, like where I am right now, and I can like go in and see stuff in person and whatever. But their shipping takes forever. I haven't ordered from the Real in a while. I do like the Real because I think that you can probably get the best prices on pre-loved at the Real. I know that there's a lot of stories about it or whatever. I've never had an issue, but I don't remember their shipping, to be honest. I just know Fashion File is the quickest shipping, because even with Rebag, if you choose their expedited shipping for $50, which is more than Fashion File charges for overnight shipping, typically, it still takes forever. Like everything that I've ever ordered from them, I wait. It feels like forever, obviously, because you want it like immediately if you're spending that money, right? So anyway, that all being said, let's unbox. Okay, so I'm like colorful today for a reason, right? I'll link everything below. I have on my normal jewelry. Usually I wear the same stuff. This is my Van Cleef pendant, which I don't always wear, and my Van Cleef Alhambra earrings. These are in the gouache, I think it's gouache, and this is the pavé, yellow gold, and then this is Swarovski ring, if it's still available. I don't think so. You could probably find it pre-loved. I'll try to put some links on the description. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat screaming. It is never easy to film in this house. Anyway, and then my top today is Casablanca. It is a men's top. It's beautiful. It is like a little sunset with a plane and whatever, and like the back has like a whole, it says Casablanca with like, I don't know. It's very cruise collection, but it is a silk blouse. I don't remember where I bought this. I've actually had it for quite a few years and I've lost some weight, so it finally fits. Super cute. I'm finally glad that I fit into it so I can enjoy it. It's actually even, now it's even like a little big, but I wanted it to be a little roomy. So we are fancy and colorful today because it is a colorful unboxing. So I did get a Murakami piece. Obviously, since it's from Fashion File, it's not from the new collection, but I have a soft spot for the old collection. You know, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's open it. So obviously, Fashion File box. It's humongous. We're going to take the item out. I'm going to put this on the floor. All right. So as always, used is the new. And take that off. All right, Fashion File dust bag. This did not come with a Louis Vuitton dust bag. That's okay, because I have 700 and I don't use them anyway. But I got the Judy. I made another video recently, well, I guess a few months ago now at this point, where I spoke about the black multicolor and how in person, it never gives the same like bang as it does like under the lights when it's being photographed. But when I saw this one, I was like, okay, that's really bright. Let's try it. And in person, it is just as bright and saturated as it's looking on camera right now. So it is like one of, I don't know, it's been preserved very nicely. Okay, so the Judy. This was never on my radar, I'll be honest. I think but it's great. Like, it's amazing. And it's in perfect condition. What am I saying? Perfect condition. All right, let me backtrack. It's not in perfect condition. Fashion File calls like shows wear. Obviously, that's because of the vachetta. Obviously, there's watermarks. This is an older bag. you know, it's going to have wear. But what I meant is that the canvas is like literally in perfect preserved condition. I don't see any chipping. Like it's just in amazing condition. So canvas is in perfect condition. It's still bright and saturated, like I said. This bag has never been on my radar. Let me say that first. I don't even remember this being in the collection. So the way that the original Murakami collection went, and I hear a lot of like people explaining this, not none of it. A lot of it is not how I remember. A lot of people, I think, have kind of jumped on it's been 20 years. So obviously there's a lot of people that weren't there initially or were in high school or whatever and don't remember this collection clearly. I can tell you that I was obsessed. I've been obsessed with luxury in general since the Jackie bag in like 2000, I want to say, since the Gucci Jackie. I think that was like the start of my like real luxury journey, because before that, if anybody remembers, it was Iceberg, Polo, DKNY, all that stuff. So, and that was kind of like the designer of like the 90s, I want to say. Like I had bags, I had all that stuff. I've been obsessed forever. Okay. This collection was the first one that got me really into Louis Vuitton. When I started loving luxury, I want to say, like I said, I think it was about 2000, end of 99, 2000, because I was just starting college. It was, you know, the Gucci Jackie bag. You had the Louis Vuitton Speedy, which was like $475 around about back then, which is insane, right? The Gucci Jackie, and I said this before, it was literally maybe $525, and it was like so expensive. And the Dior saddle, because those are like the three main ones, like at least in my mind, the Dior saddle was $660, give or take. That was like the most expensive of the bunch, and I couldn't even imagine owning it. Anyway. So speed up. 2003 comes, 2002, and we see, obviously it was released in 2003, but we see this runway collection. The pictures were everywhere, and I saw the Speedy, and I was obsessed. Now, this was before Instagram. You had to get your information from like message boards and Purse Forum. If any of you are still on Purse Forum, I was a member from like the very beginning. That was where we originally did unboxings and things like that and showing off collections. But I remember when it came out and I was obsessed. I literally had dreams about this bag. I was like, I wanted it so bad. It was like ridiculous. It came out. It was very expensive at the time. I want to say the Speedy was $1,200. I keep on hearing other information. Not true. It was $1,200 when it first came out, guys. And I want to say that the Alma was around the same range. I didn't love the Alma as much. I liked that the Speedy was slightly slouchy. At least it looked like that on the runway. And then the Cherry Blossom, obviously, collection came out the same year. And ultimately, I had pieces from all the collections, but at that time, the only thing that I could afford immediately, and it was impossible to get, first of all, obviously, with no purchase history or anything like that, like, good luck. I was on the waiting list, and I don't remember what store. It might have been like, God, maybe it was the Soho store. Maybe. I don't remember. Anyway, I put my name on the list for what I could afford, which was, and I wish I still had it, which was the mini Cherry Blossom. It was like a mini agenda, and it was like literally this big. It was tiny. I don't know how anybody wrote in it. I used it as a card case for years, and I think at some point I must have sold it because I don't have it anymore. It's a shame. But that was the only piece that I could afford in the very early days, and I got it, and I loved it, and whatever. It was the pink on pink. So fast forward, the initial drop was literally just like the Speedy, the Pochette, the Alma, and there was a lot of confusion because it was immediately replicated. So, you know, I'm from New York. We had Canal Street. We have Canal Street. I mean, I think it's much different now, but you saw these pieces and you can tell. And I know that people don't know the history 100% because when I'm looking through Instagram and stuff, I see even these big pages posting pictures of like Paris Hilton with like a multicolor papillon. Like that didn't exist. That wasn't a thing, but they existed on Canal Street. So, and fakes were just fakes back then. Like we didn't know the same things now as we do now. And it was like the most faked collection of all time, which is why they discontinued, I believe, at some point, and why it lost its luster, I want to say, like 5, 6, 7 years into the run. It was just like, it was supposed to be this special collection, and at the end of the day, it was just, it all looked fake at the end. Judy, I can't find the serial number on this. Just so you guys know, in the older bags, especially when they weren't canvas on the inside, when they have the microfiber lining, the suede lining, the date code is embossed, and it's usually embossed in a corner in a pocket. And so it's impossible to see. And over time, because it was, or debossed or whatever, it was indented. Over time, because it was debossed, it would get flat, you know? So I can't find it on this bag. Fashion File didn't have it listed either. And a lot of times they do when there's a clear date code. So I don't know exactly what year the Judy is from, but 100% this wasn't from the first round. This is not a Y2K bag, okay? This is probably, if I had to guess, this probably was like a 2010, 11, 12, like in that range. So we saw the initial pieces. And then as the collection obviously progressed, there's so many pieces in this collection, and a lot of them came out later on. So I can't be quoted on this, but this was definitely not in the original run. I don't even remember it existing. Like, I don't remember ever seeing this for the first time and being like, oh, I've never seen that before. So it's definitely something I've seen, I guess, but it was never anything on my radar until I saw a few things. I saw an unboxing. So Minx for All, who I follow, who probably a lot of you follow as well, if you enjoy luxury content, she posted a unboxing of this bag, and I was like, I don't remember if she has black or white, but I was like, wow, that's pretty cool, because there's multiple ways that you can wear this. So she kind of turned me on to the bag, and then I've been seeing a lot of people's like Tokyo or Japan vlogs, and ultimately, like in these secondhand stores, this is like somewhere in the background, and I've seen it multiple times, like on the shelf, and I've been like, okay, that's a really great bag, actually, and I think super underrated, which is why I got it for like a ridiculously low price. So what I will say, and I checked it out already, like I said, is that the opening, even though this is like, you know, a wide bag on the bottom, the opening itself, it doesn't open more than this. So, you know, whatever. I think it's a little bit of an uncomfortable opening, although it doesn't bother me because I don't carry very much stuff, but it is definitely like, yeah, it's definitely, you're going to have to squeeze your stuff in there. This can be worn 3 ways. So obviously it can be worn as a top handle, which is probably most of the time how I'm going to wear it. It can be worn obviously as a clutch, so like under your arm. And the reason I also got this is because I think this is kind of a really popular, like it's sort of like a bag of the moment style. It is sort of like an East-West, I guess it is an East-West, right? It's an East-West. It is like an oversized clutch. It can be worn under your arm, all of that stuff. And so it's convertible, and it comes with this big chunky chain. So this bag is heavy. This is not for the faint of heart. Yeah, this is not an everyday bag. I don't know. I haven't worn it yet. I'll let you know. But it does come with this super chunky chain, which clips on here, and obviously is too short to be crossbody, but it makes a great shoulder bag. And yeah, so I did like it because I did like the fact that it was convertible to a certain extent, right? So I can use this in many ways. I'll do a what's, you know, in my bag later on. I do, or maybe on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. It is at that Bram, that.Bram. Yeah, I'll leave it on the screen. I don't post as much on there. I like YouTube better, but I will probably do like a what's in my bag or something. But follow me on there anyway, because if you guys follow me, I will post more. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to fit. We'll do one later on. I'm going to show you the rest of my collection now and talk about a few things. But I think it'll fit all the essentials. Obviously, like I said, this is not a work bag. You're not fitting like your agenda in it or anything like that. But even a big wallet will fit. And yeah, so that's that. So I love it. I'm really, really happy. If you can find a Judy in good shape, I would absolutely recommend it at this point. Obviously, once I wear it, if I have other feelings, I will let you know. But I would definitely recommend it. It's absolutely beautiful. I did check it out. I am missing a few screws. not actually, but I am, or not figuratively. I'm missing a few screws on this side. They have like 2 missing ones. I wonder if possibly Louis Vuitton will replace it. I don't know. It has the big chunky hardware of that time, obviously the studs and stuff, which, yeah, which is just classic, obviously, to the original collection. And then the vachetta is like a really nice golden brown. Now, I know that this is the gripe, I guess, for most people about this collection or the older collection, is the vachetta kind of looking worn and all that stuff over time. I like the patina to be like a nice warm golden color. I think it looks really nice against the black. I am not a black accessory or clothing person. So to me, it softens up the black. So it's not so harsh. So it's just not as black as it would be if it was all black leather, right? Like some of the new pieces. I think it's great for a non-black lover. I will definitely get use out of this black bag. And so, yeah, so I love it. Let me show you I'm going to show you my other Murakami pieces, and then we'll talk about this new collection. So I don't have much. I have a very small collection. And like I said, I've had many pieces over the years, and I've talked about this also before, but I've sold many things and regretted it. I'm kind of like if I'm not using it, I want it out of my closet. I want to make space for new things, and I'll take that money and use it towards new stuff. You know, for a while I had a one bag in, one bag out policy. I wouldn't spend new money on bags. It had to come from the collection that I already had, which is fine. And I hear a lot of people talking about this, and I will, like, whatever. I just know for me, I'm sorry about a lot of the things that I've sold, because fashion is cyclical and it will come back in style, and you sort of, and you'll never get a better deal. Like, I think that back, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, just pre-pandemic, my thought was I could sell these things and buy them later at a cheaper price because they would be used or whatever. And now we know that that's not the case. So now, whatever I'm building now, I plan to hold on to it. My daughter is not a luxury lover yet, but hopefully one day she will be, and she will want all these things. I don't know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But it for me to enjoy, I just want to build now instead of constantly like reinventing my closet. I'm looking at it, and I hear it a lot, like as a capsule, blah, 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 wardrobe, whatever. I'm not so focused on clothes. Clothes has never been my thing. I fluctuate a lot. I have been really big. I have been small. I have been all the things. And so for me, even when I was smaller, I'm always curvy. So luxury clothing from these fashion houses it's very hard to find clothing that will fit me. I tend to wear like fast fashion. In terms of like a capsule wardrobe, like, yeah, one day if I get to a point where I can fit into these designer brands, then I will start to like think about that and like having special pieces. But it's never been a thought for me because you wear your clothes and you get them washed or dry cleaned or whatever, and the fabric breaks down over time, so they don't stay in pristine condition. And I like to use my things a lot. And obviously bags and shoes and whatever, like, you can use them every day. You can use them all the time. You don't need to be a specific size to fit into things. Jewelry as well. So that's why accessories has always been my soft spot. As far as a capsule wardrobe, what it means to me is literally like a capsule accessories wardrobe, not necessarily a clothing one. So that is my plan, is to build up the capsule accessories wardrobe and just keep these things at this point and grow and not have to re-spend money on items because I decided that I didn't want them in my collection anymore. Whew, guys, I'm in a chatty mood today. I had coffee. So anyway, this is my second piece. This is obviously the key clay. This is from the older collection. So they remade this almost exactly. It has definitely been well loved. Some of the glazing is gone. I've gone through this one with you guys before. I love it because all my cards fit in here, and obviously my car key and everything, and I have my little Murakami flower hanging off of it. But it's faded. Obviously, the accessories go in your bag, so they get more dinged up. The smaller accessories, the SLGs, they you know, they live in your bag most of the time. They get more dinged up. You use them more usually, right? I use my key clay every single day. I don't change out my wallet every day. So yeah, so this is, oh, my puppy. Hi puppers. Hi puppers. So that being said, you know, this is a piece that I use every day. So it is okay. I'm not mad that is already, you know, worn in, because then I don't have to worry about the wear and tear. That's the great thing about these used items in general, is that somebody's already kind of broken them in. So unless they, you know, it's really worn, it's nice to have these things kind of pre-worn in for you. So you're not so precious about these items, and you use them and you enjoy them. So that's that. That's the second piece. And I only have 3 pieces. So my third piece, and I did an unboxing, or I don't know if I did an unboxing or just like I showed you what I got. But I got this from, now this is the original. This didn't come back, which is why I really love this piece. This is the original runway collection. It actually all, fun fact, all of these items actually had the eyes on them on the runway. I can't, you know what? Don't quote me on that. I can't tell you that the Speedy did, but 100% the Alma had the eyes on it when it walked down the runway. 100%. At least there was either 2 options, or it was just the Alma with the eyes. But this is what we thought it was going to be initially. Then obviously they had to, like, the multiple runs of things and different collections within the collection. But this is, I still haven't looked it up. I think this is the I Need You, is the thicker version. It is the trunk style and with the bow, and I love this. I love this piece. I bought this on Rebag not too long ago for a ridiculously low price, because I knew this collection was coming out, and I was like, and I had sold all of my multicolor years ago, because again, this was a collection that you associated with fake bags, and that was it. So I sold it off because at some point it just became really cheesy, I want to say, and like nobody respected it anymore. It was just kind of like, it was cheesy. By the mid 2010s, it was like, enough already. Like, we've had enough of this collection. So it's interesting that, you know, 10 years later, we're back and we're like, this collection is amazing. So that is a lot of the reason why I was a little bit concerned with the collection initially. It wasn't very long ago, again, that we were so over these bags. They had been faked, and you didn't even know like what was going on anymore. There were so many styles to this original collection. There's so many re-edition styles as well, but there was so many initial styles, or like during its, what was it, like a 12-year run or something like that with this collection, something like that, give or take. There were so many styles that you couldn't even keep track of it. So you would see people coming and going on the streets, at least in New York, with like, you know, crazy looking fakes. And on every like street corner in Midtown, like on the blanket on the ground, they're selling these like awful fakes. Canal Street was full of them. So it really just became kind of like a joke of a collection. So it's interesting. And I guess this is what woke me up to the fact that everything kind of comes back around, like my mother had told me many years ago, is that this collection being this popular again is funny, because it's only 10 years after we were all like, enough, we don't want to see it anymore. So here we are. I sold off everything I had. I had a Speedy, I had a black Speedy, I had a white Treville, I had, oh my God, I had so many pieces from this collection that I don't have anymore. I had the one that I did have that I will say that I really would love to buy back at some point, the Courtney. That was a great bag. That was a great bag. However, I did lose some studs, and that was why I eventually sold it. But I had the Courtney. I bought it for myself for my 30th birthday. So in 2009, I bought it. What was it? When did I turn 30? No, I turned 30 in 11. No, I must have bought it for my 29th birthday. I think it was 2010 when I bought it. And it was amazing. If you don't know, the Courtney is, I'll post a picture up. It's named after Courtney Love, and it had like just so much. It was so heavy, studs everywhere. Great. It was a great bag though, that shape was sort of, I want to say it's the Steven is what that shape is called, and Louis Vuitton made it in multiple collections. But the Courtney is the Steven shape, which is a very 2010s shape, which is why I didn't buy it again yet, but it's on my radar. Yeah, that's one that I I am going to search for and try to find a good condition. A lot of them are in really crappy condition though, so whatever. Anyway, on to the actual new collection. Let's talk about the new collection. I'm going to tell you what I think about it, and I'm going to tell you what I would purchase and what I would absolutely not purchase. Now, I don't know. Remember, the first collection was supposed to be extremely like limited edition. I'm going to hold this now. Extremely limited edition, and it was never going to be a full-time collection from what I understood. Obviously, it became that. So I'm not 100% sure that this is going away. Maybe they've kind of wised up and they're like, okay, if we keep it, the more special and limited the collection is, maybe they've learned from their past mistakes. You know, the more people will want it, the more special it will be. I don't know. However, I do think enough people want this, and obviously, you know, Louis Vuitton sales have been suffering over the past year or two. As with many luxury houses. So I do think that this is an opportunity for Louis Vuitton to recoup some of that money that, you know, that they were down. I don't know about recouping, but making up the difference, I guess, between like that peak 2020, 2021, 22, you know, and then it's dipped for the past few years because of inflation, cost of living, all of those things, price increases from these luxury houses, and all those things. So I do think that this collection was kind of like and a lot of people have said it, I believe it was a cash grab as well. Excuse me, guys. I believe it was a cash grab to a certain extent and probably meant to kind of make up that difference or whatever. So I don't know if it's going anywhere. I don't know if this is going to be special edition. None of us know, right? Louis Vuitton can say what they want to say. None of us know for sure how long this collection is actually going to last. And if it is going to be something where they, you know, they make some of these pieces permanent, who knows? I don't think it will be this year if it happens. I think that they're going to let these different pieces or parts of the collection drop. So I think we're going to see the cherry blossoms, and then we're going to see obviously the cherries. I think that they're going to, you know, do that, and then we'll see if any one of these things or specific pieces become permanent pieces in the collection, you know, in the store for a little while. We'll see. But that is kind of what drove me to not purchase initially. You know, not having an SA, not having a home store, not really wanting to fight for this collection. Kind of beyond that, I've done that a million times, and I'm sort of like, whatever at this point. I don't like Louis Vuitton's new policy. Your SA used to, quite a few years ago, be able to reserve pieces for you. So you would put in an order, you were not charged until it actually showed up in the store, and then you could go in, you could see it, you could decide if you wanted it. I think different stores had different rules about this, but at least with my store, my SA, they allowed me to come in and make sure I liked the pieces before I actually spent the money. Now, with the way that they do it now, and I don't know exactly what it changed because these years all blend together, but the way that they do it now is you have to purchase it, and your money is held for sometimes months until something shows up and has your name on it. And then obviously you can return if you don't like it, but I don't like how they hold money anymore. Like if you're going to reserve it, I don't like that. So I decided that I didn't want to pre-order anything. Like I said, pre-orders used to be just pre-ordering, but not prepaying. Now they're prepaying. So I don't like that. And I'm not going to play that game unless it is something like so ridiculously necessary, or like I think it's going to be so hard to get. But the fact there is an older collection that I like more kind of made me like, yeah, you're not holding my money. I'll spend my money in other places, you know, while I wait for this collection to come out. So that's why I didn't purchase. The other reason, again, is because we were so sick of these bags, not even 10 years ago, to about 10 years ago. So, you know, they had run their course. I never wanted to see another multicolor bag again, which is why I sold a lot of them. It was not the cute thing to wear for a long time. And so, you know, remembering that, I'm just kind of like, I didn't know if I wanted to do this. Then I saw pictures and I was like, okay, some of this stuff is actually really, really cute. But by then it was too late, and I'm not super pressed about it anyway. I'll be honest. Like if If it happens, it happens. If they show up online and I can purchase some of these things at some point, great. If not, I promise you that in a few years, this stuff, you're going to be able to find it on the secondhand market. I don't know how expensive it's going to be. We never know, but I'm sure it'll hold its value at the very least. But if I'm so sorry that I missed it, there's going to be other opportunities to buy it. And again, I have other things on my wish list, and I did my wish list video with you guys, and I have other things that I want to buy. So yeah, those come first. So in terms of what I do like, and I'm going to pop up all the pictures, my favorite bag that I've seen so far, and I have seen very few people unbox it, is the East-West bag. And it is just an East-West version of the Treville. And I had the Treville in white. I sold it because I wanted black, and then I never found a really bright black in good condition that I wanted to pull the trigger on. So I didn't get it. That would have been my first pick. I wish they had made it in black though. I do love that East-West style. I think it is very, like, it is back in a big way. Yeah, and it's so cute. And it's less of a bowling bag look and more of just like it's very Y2K. I love it. I love it. I will say that. I really think that was like a great bag. Obviously, I've only seen like one person actually unbox that bag though. So I don't know how many they made. I don't know if they're going to make more. I think that one is like probably super limited. It's the cutest of all of them, in my opinion. The next thing that I would absolutely buy, and I haven't pulled the trigger, but it was available in my size online a few times. However, I'm not a sneaker person. I love the sneakers. I love the white sneakers. I think that they are so cute. They are like, they're perfect. Honestly, they're perfect. I should have pulled the trigger, but the reason I didn't is because one of the things that I do not want to buy this year, and I'm going to do a whole nother video on that, is sneakers. I have a lot of sneakers, and I literally never wear sneakers. Never. So I'm trying to be more mindful of what I actually use and what I don't, because even though, my wardrobe, my accessories wardrobe is a capsule wardrobe, and I'm trying to make it like that, I can have special pieces in there, but I'm trying to only add things that I will use. And I don't know if I'm going to wear the sneakers, honestly. It is hot here most of the year. I 99% of the time, I'm in some sort of slide. I don't even like backs on my shoes anymore. If I can just slide something on, like, I am extremely lazy. I'm probably not going to I don't want to lace up my shoes. I don't even want to put loafers on, and I have a lot of those. So yeah, so that's why I didn't pull the trigger, and I'm kind of on the fence about it. If they're restocked, I might go through with it just to kind of see them in person. But I'm very weird about my shoes. I absolutely won't wear anything that I find uncomfortable anymore. And I feel like sneakers are a little I just don't like anything touching my feet. Like, I would go barefoot if I could. Even though I love shoes, but I don't really like shoes. Does that make sense? I love shoes, but I don't like wearing shoes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there, but I love them. I think they're amazing. I've seen a lot of people unbox them. They're so freaking cool. Yeah. The next thing that I've been refreshing, this is the only thing that if it popped up online, I would hit checkout immediately, is the pink sunglasses. They are so cute, and they're special. And they're one of those things that I feel like years from now they might yellow because they're an acetate and, things turn over time, but they're really special. There was none of that, from the first collection. So those are like a really special piece of the collection, in my opinion. I don't love them in the black. I love them in the pink. They're so cute. And I don't have a pair of pink sunglasses. So definitely, if it shows up online, those are coming home to me. The other thing that I like is I actually like the black Speedy. Now, I wouldn't get it, I don't think, unless I go and see it in a store and it's incredible. But it is very black, right? It has the black leather. I do like it because I think it's a carefree bag. Obviously, with no vachetta, you don't have to worry about it, about watermarks or anything like that. So I do really like that. I like that it's in the soft. I'm intrigued by the soft. I need to go see it in person. I have not seen it in person yet, but I am intrigued by the soft. I think it looks really cool and slouchy and all that stuff. And I've seen this on people, and I love it. Now, I love black on other people. I just don't love black on myself. So I think that that's really the issue, is that I know myself, and it was the first thing that I saw besides the East West bag with the collection. When I saw the pictures, that I was like, oh my God, that's incredible. I love it. But because I know myself and I know that I don't really wear black like that, that bag is very black, even though it has colors in it, but it's just very black. And so I don't know if that would be the right decision for me. I'd have to see it in person to decide. If money was no object, I would absolutely get the Capucines. I'm going to pop up the picture here. It's this blue one, and it is so special. That is like, to me, that's the piece in this collection. That is going to be like a freaking $15,000 bag on the resale market. I guarantee it. It is beautiful. Yeah. If money was no object, and one day, hopefully it won't be, and I can pick this up secondhand at somebody who didn't actually use it, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, it's incredible. That would definitely be like, that would be my first pick if I could have anything that I wanted from the collection. Now let's talk about the things that I absolutely do not like in this collection. I really don't like the white Speedy at all. I've seen it on people. I guess it's cute, like if it's styled correctly or whatever. It just reminds me of they didn't change it enough. And I think that the first Speedy, with the pocket in the front and like all the hardware and all of that stuff, I think that was more special than this Speedy. I do like that. I believe it's in the 25. I do like that, because I do think that the 30, it's a little big for me now. But I don't think that I feel like they made it a little too simple. I don't know. And yeah, I'm not really feeling it. Maybe it'll grow on me, but as much as I loved the Speedy the first time around, I don't like the Speedy, the white Speedy the second time around. I think that a lot of my decisions on what I don't like are based on the bad fakes that I have seen in my life. So much of what was sold like in Chinatown in New York was things that didn't exist. And this collection for me is like almost like made up bags. Like it's not real. So it reminds me a lot of just like seeing people on the street wearing bags in this, multicolor collection that literally didn't even exist. And so the Speedy to me looks like something you would have seen on Canal Street back then, where they just didn't get the design right. The next thing is the keep all. Same thing with this, honestly. That big pocket for your phone in the front, like I get it. We've evolved. We don't need those little tiny pockets like the Judy has. We had those, right? Those, I don't know, can you see that? I don't know if you can. It's that little cell phone pocket in there that we used to obviously fit our flip phones in, and that's not what we do anymore. So we don't need those little pockets anymore. So I understand the thought of having that longer pocket on the keep all. I get it. But yeah, it again reminds me of a design that maybe you would have seen back then on Canal Street, that you were like, that's not even correct. Like, that's weird. Oh yeah. And plus, like, where am I bringing, I don't believe in designer luggage. Like, I'd have to be so super duper wealthy that like it didn't even matter if anything got dinged up. This is a collector's piece. To me, the keep all is a collector's piece, but it's not something that I would ever take away with me, that I would throw in the trunk of a car, that I would like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. This is like, if you're a collector and it's decor in your closet, then I think it's great. But for that reason, I wouldn't use it. And it just kind of screams fake to me. Only, like I said, only because of my experience with it, but it does. The next thing is the silk scarf. The only option that I can see for these scarves, and I'll post some pictures. I saw an unboxing earlier today of one. It's beautiful as an art piece. And that was her intention, was she was going to frame it and put it somewhere in her house. The dough is cute. It will never stay on my hair. So I do like I like the headband. I think it's cute because it gives that bandeau like look, but it's not going to slip off your head. Yeah, the bandeau would never work for me, and I only really like it in the hair. Like, I wouldn't tie it on my bag or anything like that. But yeah, the scarf would only be to frame. So it would be like a home decor piece. It would not be like a fashion piece, because once you start folding it, you can't even see the design anyway. So it has to be a home piece. Next thing, the black sneakers. I do not like them at all. I don't really like black sneakers. So yeah, even though I know that they will wear better and look better over time, actually more of those, I think all of those sizes are sold out in the black, and not necessarily the white had some sizes left. Black sneakers are not for me. So I would stay away from those. The other shoes, yeah, I don't like those, like they almost look like Birkenstocks, I guess. Like they have like the two, they're like, what is that shoe called? I don't know. The Bondia. Am I saying it wrong? They're like a version of that. They have like I'll pop it up. Obviously, they have two straps. I don't like that in either color. They're, I think, ridiculously priced at $1,300. I know that I think they're leather, but not a fan. Yeah, and I don't like the ballet flats. Even though I do like ballet flats, I don't like the ballet flats very much. Yeah, the only other shoes that I like the slides. I think those are cute. Even though I don't know if I'd want a pair. And I like the mules, like the high heeled mules. Those are very reminiscent of the first collection, and I do like those a lot. I think those are super cute. If you can get your hands on those, that's a good choice. I just don't like heels very much. And then the very last thing is I've seen an unboxing of it, is that mini tiny keepall. Saw an unboxing of it in black. I'm not sure if it comes in white. It might only come in black. I think that they missed the mark with that. I think it's a super cute idea. It's expensive for what it's like $900 for like a keepall literally like this big. It's like a charm. It doesn't even hold cards. It would be like I guess a charm for your bag or whatever. I do like the mini bags. I think that they're like a cute novelty piece, but I don't think they should have done the big print. I think that they missed the mark with it. I think that the print should have been the small LV print, like the key clay. I think that would have made it much cuter. Obviously, because you would have seen more colors, and the big LVs on that little bag just don't look right to me. I don't like them. That would, yeah, that rounds out my list. There's a lot of pieces that I actually don't like in the collection. I didn't want to go into all of them. I don't like the Kusan bag in the collection. There's quite a few pieces that I don't like. I don't like what is it? The carry-all bag? I think that's what it's called. Again, I'll post pictures. I don't like that very much. There's a lot of pieces like I guess probably like ancillary pieces in this collection that I'm not a fan of. These were like the main ones that I don't like. Anyway, it's been a very long, chatty video. Hopefully, when this gets to editing, I can edit a lot of this out, because I don't know who's going to stay here for this whole time. So hopefully I make it shorter for you guys. But I just wanted to share my thoughts on it, since I haven't done a video and I've been seeing everybody else's videos, and I have been thinking about these things for weeks now. And I just wanted to kind of like get my feelings out there. Let me know what you guys, if you got anything from this collection, what you loved about this collection, what you want to pick up, what you have pre-ordered, what's on the way, blah, 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 all that stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would love to hear about your thoughts on this collection. But yeah, for me now, I'm going to go cut off my tag and use this today. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to me. And again, if you are not subscribed, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button. I'm going to pop up a video in case you haven't seen it. I will see you guys again in a few days. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.